Who broke baby's leg at daycare? Part 1, full viral courtroom story. The courtroom was unusually quiet. Not tense, not loud, just heavy. Because sitting at the plaintiff's table was a young mother holding a tiny pink baby blanket tightly in her hands. And beside her sat a toddler girl with a bright purple cast wrapped around her small leg. She couldn't have been older than 2. Across the courtroom sat the daycare owner, a woman in her 40s wearing a gray blazer, trying desperately to look calm, but her hands kept shaking. At the bench sat Judge Judy. And even before the case officially began, you could tell this wasn't going to be a normal lawsuit. Judge Judy opened the file slowly, then looked directly at the daycare owner. A 2-year-old child leaves your daycare with a broken leg. She paused, and somehow nobody knows how it happened. The entire courtroom fell silent. The mother immediately started crying. Not dramatic crying. The kind of crying that comes from exhaustion, fear, anger, weeks of not sleeping. Judge Judy turned toward her gently. "Tell me what happened." The mother explained that she dropped her daughter off at daycare on a normal Tuesday morning before work. The child was healthy, happy, running around. No injuries, nothing unusual. But around 3 p.m., everything changed. The daycare suddenly called her saying her daughter wasn't feeling well. That was it. No emergency call, no panic, no mention of injury. When the mother arrived, she instantly knew something was wrong. Her daughter wasn't walking. She was lying silently in the corner holding her leg. And according to the mother, daycare workers looked nervous, very nervous. Judge Judy looked up sharply. "You didn't call an ambulance," the daycare owner answered carefully. "We didn't think it was serious at first." Judge Judy's expression changed immediately. "A child can't stand up and you thought it wasn't serious." No answer. The mother then revealed the part that shocked everyone. At the hospital, doctors confirmed the toddler's leg was fractured, not bruised, not sprained, fractured. The audience reacted quietly. Even the daycare owner looked uncomfortable hearing it out loud. Judge Judy leaned forward. "What explanation did the daycare give you?" The mother wiped tears from her face. "They said nobody saw what happened." That line changed the entire mood of the courtroom, because suddenly, this wasn't just about injury anymore. It was about supervision, negligence, and possibly a cover-up. Judge Judy turned toward the daycare owner again. "How many adults were supervising?" 3. "How many children?" 12. "And nobody saw a toddler break her leg." The owner shifted nervously. "It happened very fast." Judge Judy fired back instantly. "Broken bones usually do." The audience laughed awkwardly, but nobody looked comfortable. The mother then presented photographs from the hospital, the tiny cast, bruising around the knee, swelling, and one image of the little girl asleep in a hospital bed holding a stuffed rabbit. Even Judge Judy paused after seeing it. Then came the first major twist. The mother revealed she later spoke privately with one of the younger daycare employees. And according to that employee, story being told in court wasn't true. The courtroom immediately became alert. Judge Judy narrowed her eyes. "What was the employee's name?" The mother gave the name quietly. Judge Judy looked toward the daycare owner. "Does she still work there?" The owner hesitated. "No, why not?" "She quit." "When?" The owner looked down. "The day after the incident." "Now?" The courtroom exploded into whispers. Judge Judy immediately raised her voice. "Quiet!" Then she looked directly at the owner. That's interesting timing. The mother then revealed what the former employee allegedly said happened. According to her, one of the daycare workers became frustrated because several toddlers were running around during cleanup time. She claimed an employee grabbed the child roughly by the arm to pull her away from a toy shelf. And moments later, child fell screaming. The courtroom went dead silent. The daycare owner shook her head instantly. "That's completely false." But Now Judge Judy was fully focused. Did any employee physically grab this child? No. Did the child fall? We don't know. Judge Judy stared at her. You don't know. The owner now looked trapped because every answer sounded worse than the last. Then came another bombshell. The mother revealed the daycare cameras were suddenly not working that day. The audience gasped. Judge Judy slowly removed her glasses. You have cameras in the daycare? Yes. And conveniently, they failed. There was a system issue. Judge Judy looked unconvinced. How convenient. The mother then explained that after the injury, the daycare became defensive instead of supportive. According to her, they avoided calls, refused responsibility, and pressured staff members not to speak about the incident. Now, even the audience looked angry. The daycare owner tried defending herself again. We care deeply about children. Judge Judy answered immediately. Then explain how a toddler leaves with a fractured leg and nobody can explain it. No answer. The owner stayed silent, and silence in that courtroom usually means trouble. Then the daycare owner's attorney tried stepping in. He argued there was no proof exactly how the injury occurred. No video, no direct witness. Only assumptions for a moment. Courtroom shifted slightly. Because legally he had a point, Judge Judy knew it too. But then she asked something nobody expected. Bring me the incident report. The owner handed over paperwork nervously. Judge Judy started reading silently, then suddenly stopped, and her expression changed. Fast. Wait a second. The courtroom froze. Judge Judy looked back at the owner. This report says the child was injured at 1:15 p.m. Yes, but the mother wasn't called until nearly 3 p.m. The owner swallowed hard. Yes. Judge Judy's voice became colder. So for almost 2 hours, a toddler with a fractured leg remained at daycare without emergency medical care? Nobody spoke, not the owner, not the attorney. Nobody. Then came the final blow. Judge Judy looked down at another page. Medical notes from the hospital. The doctor wrote that the child appeared to be in severe pain upon arrival. Judge Judy closed the file slowly, then looked directly at the daycare owner. I don't know exactly who caused this injury. Silence. But I do know this. She leaned forward. A daycare's first responsibility is protecting children. The owner looked close to tears now, Judge Judy continued. And your second responsibility is honesty. The courtroom stayed completely silent because everybody could feel what was coming. Then Judge Judy delivered the verdict. I find the daycare negligent. The mother immediately covered her face crying. The daycare owner stared at the table in shock. Judge Judy wasn't finished. You failed to supervise this child properly. She pointed toward the paperwork. And you failed to respond appropriately after the injury occurred. Then came the final line. And when parents leave their children with you, Judge Judy paused. They are trusting you with the most important thing in their lives. Nobody moved. Nobody spoke. Even the audience looked emotional. At the plaintiff's table, little girl quietly rested her tiny cast against her mother's arm, and for the first time all day, Mother finally looked relieved.